Hey everybody. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, long time. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna stream again because I've been like pretty busy doing other stuff, real estate being one of them. But this one brought me out of hibernation. That's what we're gonna talk about today. And I got a new setup. I moved all my stuff around and got myself a little more space. So I'm kind of getting used to not talking to the TV up here, but talking to you guys over here. And I hope you guys can hear me, because again, I haven't done any kind of live stream or anything like that in such a long time. Kind of lost touch on how things work. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay. It shows that volume is up. But today we're going to talk about something that, even though it's a live stream, it's not going to take that long. But we're going to talk about something that is dear to my heart for many reasons. One, because as a gamer, I played this game, and not all of them. Like my daughter, a star, she's a fanatic on these games, but I did play these games. Two, um, I am a cosplayer, and as a cosplayer, I'm going to be giving my opinions on these as well. And three, I would also say as an artist, I'm gonna give my opinion in my, I would say, 43 years of being an artist, because I started very young. I'm gonna give my opinion on that as well. But I was gonna wait till tomorrow. Today is, let me make sure that I got the right date. Today's the 21st of February, 2024, and today Borderlands movie trailer hit, and I seen, uh, my wife and I sat in our TV room watching not only the trailer itself, but then a few of the reviews that came out from that. And the majority of the reviews, in fact, all of the reviews, I should say, that we've seen, had the people saying, "We are a fanatic for Borderlands. We are super fans for Borderlands. We played these games all of our lives. We had our children play these games. Somebody turned me on to this game, and oh my God, we're just super fans about them." I'm gonna be honest with you that, I kind of feel the same a little bit on that, but I want to clarify. So, in clarification with that will be for my review of the Borderlands with complete and total honesty and brutality of it. And I hope that you guys can, come in and enjoy it, and give me your thoughts. Not only now, but later on, whenever you see this. Hopefully, that, when this one comes up, you guys will maybe feel the same or maybe not. Agree, disagree. Hey, we're in it all this together. So let's get it started. Let's get this thing started. I can tell you what, there's a lot of things that have changed when I first started doing this. That is quite amazing. yeah, like I said, the background, I changed the background. I'm looking at my intro there, and yeah, I have moved this little room around. This thing, it is a 10 by 12. Yeah, it's a 10 by 12 little room, and I've moved this thing around many a times, it looks like. I've played quite a few of the games. Um, I have my channel to do a lot of honesty when it comes to chatting on a lot of serious topics. And I did do a review, as you've seen in there, for Extraction 2, which I was kind of nervous about when I seen it, the trailers for it, because the first one was really good. And I didn't know how they were going to pick it back up for the second one, and they did a really good job. And in that intro, you also seen a family friend of ours that grew up in our house visiting our daughter, Star, and she's married now. That's crazy. It's crazy. So, but this one today, oh my god, this one today. So I said, like I said in the beginning, my daughter and I have been playing Borderlands since the first one came out, and we started off with Bioshock and that style of game, and being that, of course, I'm um, 25 years older than my daughter. uh, there's a lot of other, action games and stuff that I've played, and I've seen the games evolve throughout time, and then Bioshock really captured our imaginations, and it helped us out through a very, very difficult time, and it really launched us into cosplaying. I've been an artist since I was 6 years old, so cosplaying back then was, just dressing up in costume. The term hadn't been coined yet. So now having my daughter really want to get into that kind of stuff, really pushed my artistic boundaries. So we started cosplaying a lot of games that she played on her own, and some, of course, that I played. And as you can see in the background, I'm a Batman fan. I'm more of a Batman gadget, automobile, and accessories fan, not necessarily of the character itself. But I cosplay Batman. I made my own costume, and she cosplays quite a bit of characters, some from indie games and others from more of the popular games. But for Borderlands, she did Tiny Tina, and there is a rule in the cosplay community. For those that don't cosplay or don't know anything about that, there is a rule in the cosplay community then that all people of all shapes and sizes and colors and creeds all can cosplay any character that they want, and they will all be celebrated for their efforts, every single one. Every single one. I'm 5'9". I'm not 6'2" or 6'4", like the Batman character is in the comics. I'm 5'9", but I still cosplay Batman. And I feel that I do a good job, and I get complimented when we go to cons. But when it comes to portrayals in movies, you gotta be spot on what you're doing. You have to be spot on your casting. So, I've already watched this trailer, but I'm going to watch this trailer again with you guys. And I'm going to give my reactions as we go. Because, like I said, I've already watched it. So, for those of you that have not watched this trailer, you guys can, you know, go and watch it on your own if you guys don't want to hear me talking over it, and then come back to my stream, or stay here and hear both. Um, hopefully, hopefully both will play. So let's watch it, and then I'll continue on my commentary, because I'm one that when I start rolling on talking, my ADHD kicks in, and and I just start talking like crazy. So let's get into this before I waste too much more time, and let's go ahead and watch it, guys. Here we go. I like that.
Would you look at that? A ladder! Unfortunately, my design doesn't facilitate this type of...
Well, destiny awaits.
Legend has it that there's this massive treasure hidden in some secret vault.
That's close. Not so
And
much.
if you go hunting for it, you'd better take any help you can get.
I like the creature
Because
design.
it's on the weirdest, most dangerous
Psychos.
dumpster fire of a world.
Psychos are close. Very, very close. They need to be more
I
dirty.
hate this planet.
What is that smell?
Piss wash gullet.
Ew!
Put the window up.
I don't want to!
Roll the window up!
Roll it. It's Pete. It's Pete. Why do you think it's called piss wash? How did I get the name?
It's in my mouth!
I don't know. I like the cars. They look a lot like it. Backgrounds on this. Hey,
Do you
see
know
him?
how many people
Backgrounds on
died
this
looking for this vault?
We have
Are-
something they don't, baby girl.
spot on.
Okay.
What?
Major issues.
And I think I figured out who that was.
Time to make it rain! With your body parts!
It's not as squeaky.
Minimal
No,
explosions!
I said no explosions.
And you're too short. Kevin's a good actor, but too short.
Step aside, bitches!
Yeah.
Ooh, mine's bigger.
A little more sass. It's squeaky.
What are you doing? I needed a gun. So you asked for it.
There's only one of you in the world, and you're special.
Uh-oh.
Kill them all.
Like Moxie. Everybody likes Moxie. Big creature design, yeah. Jack Black does a good job as Claptrap, but I agree with some reviewers.
Actually, scrap that. I can. I really can. Actually, it's helping.
Are we really ready for this?
Why don't they just leave the voice actor? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. So, here's my thoughts on this. I'm going to start off with one of the most obvious for me because my daughter hasn't seen this trailer yet, and my wife and I kind of spoiled a couple of spots for it, but she's very nervous on it, as so were we. And now that it dropped, we went ahead and watched it, and we are highly disappointed. There are some areas about it that we like, but the majority of it we don't. So I'm going to start with this one. I truly hate with a passion, and if you agree, please let me know. I truly hate with a passion when film industries take on video games to do or make into movies, or books and make them into movies, and have the audacity to tell the screenwriters, or the screenwriters themselves have the audacity to say, you know what, this has an amazing storyline already. Let's go ahead and wreck the whole train, just knock it off of its rails, and let's write our own story to it, and make it its own thing. when we seen the TV show for The Last of Us, we were highly and pleasantly surprised that it stuck. I would say about 80 to 85% of the story, it's stuck to it. The visualization, it's stuck to it. The practical effects, they stuck to it. To the point that if you have not seen it, spoilers, but if you have not seen it, see it. Because to the point that when they did the clickers, they not only made them look like the clickers, but they got the voice actors to play the clickers to do the noises that they did for the game. Simple. Why mess up what's already been perfected? And in this case here, Claptrap in his amazing character. The wittiness of the robot, the quick, what do you call them, whips, quips, the responses that he does very sarcastically, to the characters, the constant response of being a guide, but yet being frustrated that he has to be, but then very annoyed that you're dumb and he's smart. That kind of, that's already set. And even though Jack Black does so far in what we've seen in the trailer, does a very good job at playing that, they had to modify his voice. You can tell they had to modify his voice to pitch it up just a little bit, give it a nice vibrato on it, okay, and in a slight echo, so it can give it that robotic sound and that high pitch sound that the voice actor for Claptrap in the movie has already. And again, like for example, he did an amazing job for Bowser. Okay, but this is already set. This voice was already there. Why would you go in there and bring somebody else just because he's an amazing actor and a big name to try to give you that oomph? You would have had a better and bigger response from the masses of gamers that are out there and cosplayers that are out there for them to see this trailer and Claptrap's voice come out, and you're like, wow, they kept his voice. It's him. It's actually him. But no, everybody knows Jack Black. So it's like, hey, everybody's going to be like, hey, did a good job. Interjecting disclaimer here, most of these reviewers of this Borderlands trailer were trying to be as politically correct as possible. I'm going to try not to be. I'm not going to be offensive, but I'm not going to be politically correct on it. So Claptrap should have stayed with the same voice actor as he has in the game to give it more of that excitement in order for this to really go over that line of like and dislike from true Borderland gamers and cosplayers. So the next one up from there would be Tiny Tina. And in Tiny Tina, there was a mixed review. Some are like, "Oh my gosh, you did a great job," and others, they acknowledge she does a good job in the trailer, and then it falls short of the character. I do agree that in the roles that she has played before, like Barbie and Guardians of the Galaxy, um, I agree that Ariana, I think her name is, Greenblatt. Um, I agree she is becoming an amazing actress. She is going out for roles, and her agents have extreme faith in her and her talent and her skill. and she is capturing some amazing roles out there. And if this ever gets to everyone's ears that plays in this movie, please know that I respect and love you as movie stars and as artists in your skill and your talent. But I believe that those that look out for the cast and go and cast these artists should have a better understanding of what they're casting for. And I think that they were going out for the notoriety more than they were going for the fidelity of the project. And if you guys, this is politically correct here, so I kind of lied on that. And if you as artists are seeing this or you ever get to see this, know that you did what you could in what you were given. But I believe that there's going to be a huge upset and uproar in the fidelity of casting in this. Tiny Tina was called Tiny Tina for a reason. And you can look it up through Google in the development of the characters. She was a very slender and small, squeaky mouse voiced, sarcastic, energetic, hyper little girl of a character that had gone through some massive trauma, that the only way she was going to really overcome that trauma was through her sarcasm and her love of pyrotechnics and being a pyro herself. Um, and the love of cookies. If they're gonna have that line in there, I hope that they have that line in there when it comes about cookies. I hope they do. To me, having the line of cookies, if you guys are true fans, you guys would be, to all those that are reviewing, you guys would be like, could you at least given us that so we can hear how well she portrays that? To me, her delivering the line of cookies is going to be just like it was for, I think it was Spider-Man No Way Home, in where you have all three Spider-Men that were improv by the three of them to do the Spider-Man meme when they point at each other. What? That was phenomenal. Besides the fact of their entry, when they recreated the meme, gold, movies 10 out of 10. The rest of it could have sucked, but with that in there, because they listen to their fans, they listen to what the fans love about what's going on in the universe, because they seen that this would have been something that was going to solidify what they were doing into the minds of everyone that loves the characters. So if she does the line in the movie that we didn't see about cookies, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna be like, the rest of it sucks, but that right there was gold. If she does it properly, but we didn't see that in the trailer, so we don't know. At this point right now, she did a good job at acting, but she did not look the part of Tiny Tina. When my daughter and I were discussing the teaser, not necessarily the trailer because it hadn't gone out yet. We were discussing the teaser. I first seen the teaser and I was like, "Where's Zero?" Because I cosplay Zero. In fact, I don't have his helmet in here, but I cosplay Zero, and I didn't see Zero in there, so I was like, "Where's Zero?" Because you have Roland in there, but I don't remember Roland being in the first one, and Tiny Tina wasn't in the first one either. I think she came in the second one, and I'm like, well, if Tiny Tina's in there, that was my my argument. If Tiny Tina's in there, then where's Zero? Well, apparently the writers decided that they were going to kind of integrate almost all into into one. So if you're going to bring in Tiny Tina, why wouldn't you give her more of the memorable outfit than what she had on? Yeah, she had the bunny ears on, but where's the actual stuffed bunny? And I forget his name because my daughter will kill me for this one. But where's her stuffed bunny? You know what I'm saying? Where's she had more belts around her arms, and the skirt was different. You know, their stockings were different. Just and being that my daughter cosplays Tiny Tina, again in the cosplay community, all are accepted, no matter what. And my daughter was already what 5'8", 5'7", 5'8" when she's like 5'10" now, but she was like 5'7" or 5'8", tall. So she's much taller than Tiny Tina. You know what I'm saying? So and she was in her early 20s. No, she was in her late teens when she started, but still is late teens. And Tiny Tina's younger than that. So to me, when it comes into the movies, you have to be faithful to what it shows, what the game is, what the storyline is, what the character development already shows. My daughter can pull out her Borderlands materials and show you the description that they already have laid out for each character. Why wasn't that followed? That's my question. Why wasn't those character developments for the movie followed? All they had to do was just buy a game like the Borderlands Vault, where it has all of the games in it, and take out the nice character book and read it. And apparently, they didn't do that. Nothing against the actress, but the actress should have been younger, with a squeakier voice, and thinner. Because Ariana now, she looks like she's 18, 19 years old, stepping into womanhood, and she should have been playing um, Kate Blanchett's character Lilith, because takes me into the next character. Lilith is a young woman. She is in her mid 20s, probably a little younger than that, but she's in her mid 20s. And I don't remember if character development talks about her age, but she is younger. And no disrespect, and I agree with this with other reviewers, but no disrespect to Kate Blanchett, but Kate Blanchett, even with the makeup and everything that she had on, still looks her age. And I believe she's in her 50s. And she's a phenomenal actress. Phenomenal actress. If I'm not mistaken, um, I'm gonna look it up here because I don't want to misspeak here. Yeah, my favorite character from Kate Blanchett was Lady Galadriel. Galadriel, hard to pronounce. She was the wooden elf queen in Lord of the Rings. Love her in that. I mean, her poise, her wisdom, and then her power. I mean, just it's where she's at. It doesn't matter if she looked her age or looked younger or older. It didn't matter because her character called for that. When she played in um, oh my god, why can't I remember that next one? Um, Thor. I mean, come on, she did an amazing job, right? But just because she did doesn't mean that she can all of a sudden now play any character. No, that's not what that should be. Um, it comes back down to fidelity of the character that's already been established. Kate Blanchett, again, it's amazing actress, but not as Lilith. Lilith needed to be younger, a lot younger, a lot younger. Okay. Um, from there, I'm gonna move on to Roland. There's a lot of things about that this character that I disagreed with. Kevin Hart, great comedian. he he had one serious role that I remember, which is Parenthood, and that film tore me apart as a father. Just tore me apart. Okay, but not here. And the reason why I say not here is this: Roland is not a main character. I heard from a couple of reviewers for Borderlands movie that they were like, I mean, if it just seem all right, but it's not a memorable character in the game, so who cares? Whatever. No, again, super fan for Borderlands, not only as a cosplayer but as a gamer and as an artist. You got to be faithful to the character. The character, eh, he, Roland, he's a military man. It looked like he was a drill sergeant. The way that he sounded, everything was militarized. It didn't matter. You just pound it in, get it going. It's time to fight. Don't give up. You know, compassion, but compassion with an iron fist. Yeah, that was Roland. Even though he came in later in the games, Roland wasn't one to mess with. And in the character development for him, he was taller, about 6 feet, 6'2", somewhere around there, and massive, bulky guy, right? And here comes Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's what, 5'2", 5'3", and yeah, he's built, but maybe a little taller than that. I don't know, but he's short. He doesn't sound like he's ever been in the military. He doesn't sound like he's rigid. That he'll have some compassion on you while he's beating you in the head with a hammer. He doesn't sound like none of that. And I don't ever remember, and I could be wrong on this, but I don't ever remember hearing Roland in the game telling any jokes. Because Tiny Tina was trying to get him to play some games, and he wasn't about the games. He didn't have time for the games. He had time to strategize on how he was going to get his job done. You see what I'm saying? So why do we have a comedian playing a serious character? And he's trying not to, and I could tell this in the trailer. Kevin Hart's trying not to sound too comedic on it, and still, but yet keep somewhat funny on it. Borderlands has a lot of um, writing in the games that the conversations have a lot of comedic sarcasm with one another, or um, quotes that are one-liners from certain characters, especially from like psychos and stuff that can talk. They got silly ways. I think I've always pronounced it wrong. Krieg, or not Craig, Krieg. If I remember correctly, he had some silly, stupid lines, just one sentence stuff. Claptrap, same way, but not Roland. So I don't know what was so difficult in casting someone that was like him. I agree with the other reviewers. Craig does look the part. His mask needed to be dirtier. He needed to be dirtier, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. But you needed to have. I mean, he was bulky enough for him, but you need to have a little bit more, dirty on him, for that, because just no. And then in the main characters that they showed, I'm gonna look it up here real quick, but I don't know why um why they have her in there. Jamie Lee Curtis is in her 60s, okay? And she plays Dr. Patricia Tanis. I'm not good with names, so that's why I had to look it up. And again, Jamie Lee Curtis, phenomenal actress. Phenomenal actress. One of the Scream Queens, and she can do comedy, and she can do a bunch of stuff, right? But when you're playing a mid-30s character, the last thing you want to do is add someone that's already in their 60s. I'm not saying she looks like she's 60, but she doesn't look mid-30s. And you want someone to not only look the part, uh, but also sound the part. And I agree with one of the reviewers that I seen. Why did they leave the white hair? Why couldn't they color in her hair? She has brown hair in the game. At least for Kate Blanchett, they gave her the red hair. They try to come close with the outfit, but if these people doing these movies can't understand how to do the wardrobes for these characters, show up to any Comic Con. Anyone, any one of them that's out there going on right now, show up to one of them, and I can guarantee you're gonna find at the very least 10 of those cosplayers that have created a much way more accurate, I should say, way more accurate cosplay outfit, true to the game and the character. And I don't understand it. And I'm sure that once the rest of the movie comes out, there's going to be probably more stuff that's going to happen. But why couldn't you choose these actors better to portray these characters the way they should? And then again, the backgrounds amazing because you got the feel of Borderlands. The vehicles are great. The creatures are spot on. The psychos, they're all spot on except they needed to be dirtier and crazier. Where are the minis? Where are the minis? I'm looking through the crowds of the psychos. There's no mini psychos. Where I didn't see any. At least I didn't see any. There might be some in the rest of the movie, but I didn't see any. But besides that, they look great. It's wonderful. They're all going after the giant vault. But I read in another description of the movie that it's Kate Blanchett's character of Lilith that she is trying to find. She is trying to find the daughter of Atlas. But then, what does the vault have to do with the adventure of her finding the daughter? And then the character of Atlas. Again, spoilers if you haven't seen it. When I seen the character, I'm like, is that a handsome Jack? Because that can't be handsome Jack. Because where's the mask? Even though the mask is the same thing as his face, there was no mask. So then my wife and I are like, well, my wife is like, well, maybe it's not handsome Jack. I don't think that's handsome Jack. And so we looked it up, and it's not handsome Jack. It's Atlas. And I should have known that because in the beginning of the trailer, we see a building in the background that says Atlas on it. So Atlas, super billionaire of the universe, in the universe according to the description, he's the bad guy. Okay, in this movie. But to tell you the truth, for me, I remember Handsome Jack, and I remember all these other characters. Why can't I remember Atlas? I remember Atlas from Bioshock. Star, am I right on that? Atlas. Am I right? I think it's Atlas in Bioshock. Starts with an A. Either way, he has some, a couple of lines. Kill them all. Whatever. I guess his character development's going to come in within the movie itself. But if he's that prominent evil guy in the story of the movie, he should have been a little bit more prominent in what I would consider to be um, a leading role. Because if he's really, really adding, um, how do you say it, depth to the movie, because you got your antagonist and then you got your villains, and so if you're really adding that to it, sorry, if you're really adding that to it, then you should be able to show him, to show that character more than they did it. The one that everybody was pleasantly surprised to see, and so was I, because I was very confused after talking with my daughter on this, and my wife. I was very confused of where are we? Borderlands 1, 2, 3? Are we in Tiny Tina's Wonderland? I mean, where are we? I know there's some DLCs out there, and are we in some of those? Where are we? What are we doing? And I didn't get no vibes of any connection to the games except for the name, and the names of the characters. But I think that the evil villain on this one's going to be Atlas. And then, like I said, the pleasant surprise is going to be Moxie. And the small sliver of appearance that she did in this trailer has to be, besides Claptrap, has to be the most spot on character. And I paused it so I can show my wife, look. But what I did not like is, one, she has tattoos, and she has a heart tattoo on her left boob, and you can tell that they're tattoos. But in the trailer, it looks like somebody said, "Oh, we forgot this little detail," and went and drew it on there real quick, painted it on there real quick. But then, kind of doing a 180 on that one, if they would have taken how that little heart looks and made all of the characters follow that, the way that heart looks, we would have had a much more game accurate visual. Which brings me to this of why I've been saying that the psychos needed to be more dirty. Because when the ones that did look more dirty, like for instance Claptrap, had more dents and dirt and stuff like that all over him. It looked like how the game, the art side of it, the artistic view of how they have those sharp, thick outlines throughout the faces and the eyes, and the characters themselves. All of the folds of the clothing have their little outlines to them. Again, go to every con the cosplays Borderlands, and you can see that cosplayers look amazing playing live characters of a video game character, still staying true to the way that the game, the game's artistic view looks like in their faces, their makeup. That's how I did Zero. And even though that everything was there, I made sure everything was outlined. I made sure all the dents had their little outlines and their little highlights and everything else that you see in the game. Why couldn't they do that there? If the cycles would have had more dirt and stuff on them, it would have gave it that appearance. And for the four main characters, five main characters, ugh, that should have been it. And Moxie, for those that don't know, that want to know, is played by Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon. Guess what? She's also above her 50s. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm so sorry. She's 61 years old. She looks great for being 61 years old. But I don't think Moxie is in her 60s. I think Moxie's in her early 40s. Okay? But that's just me on this one. Because I don't mind, I don't mind that Moxie is played by someone um, in their 60s for this reason alone. If we all remember the game that have played the game, she runs a bar and brothel, right? Right? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But she runs a brothel and a bar. So what happens in that? You're drinking, you're partying, and then she's a party animal, right? And as a party animal, you tend to look the part, and she does. So that's great. I'm good with that, and I'm glad she's in there. Overall, in my opinion, is that I'm disappointed in what I've seen in the trailer so far. I'm not going to go to the theaters and watch this. I'm gonna wait until I can stream it at home, and then I'm gonna watch it. I'm afraid that I'm going to go and spend the money and then come out of there with my jaw on the floor of why did I waste my money on this? When it comes out and I'm able to stream it, um, I'm going to because yeah, I don't want to risk getting disappointed and I don't want to risk that. I want to make sure that I keep um, my money safe, and that if after I watch it, um, the whole entire movie, and it actually was really good, then I'm gonna come back on here and I will say so. Two things before I go. Second to the last thing is this: I love The Last of Us TV show because it stays very close, not perfect, because I know that you have to have some kind of adaptation between a game slash book slash comic into a live action movie. There has to be a modification on that so it can fit. I get it. I get it. But don't change it all. And what they did with The Last of Us, they they try to stay as close as possible to the story of the game, and they did a fantastic job. And I can make my own review later about just specific that. The writer for that TV show, if you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. It's really good, in my opinion. It's really good. The writer for The Last of Us TV series was one of the initial writers for this Borderlands movie. And quietly, in sometime the middle of last year, I believe it was, or the year before, somewhere around there. No, earlier than that. Uh, he decided that he was going to step away from the project, and that is Craig Mazin. And then they added, let me see, what's that person's name? Um, Joe Crombie came on as a writer. And I'm looking down and I'm kind of pausing because I'm looking up in my phone right here to make sure that I'm correct on this. So we have Craig Mazin steps away from the project quietly, apparently quietly steps away from the project, and then rumors came out that Joe Crombie is a pseudonym that Craig Mazin uses on things that he writes. But Craig, according to Craig Mazin, he says that that's false. He stepped away and he stayed away. So I'm going on the interviews that he gave for that on Variety, and Eli Roth stayed on, and then Joe Crombie came on, and I've been reading in these reviews here that are online, and you guys can go check them out too, and look for Joe Crombie. No one can find any background on this writer, Joe Crombie, anywhere. It's like he doesn't exist. He's credited on this movie, but it's like he doesn't exist anywhere. That's what makes me even more nervous about this movie. After watching Last of Us and seeing how amazing it came out, and what an amazing job Pedro Pascal did as Joel, and I am so sorry, I forget the actress's name that played Ellie. She did amazing. The voice actress that did Ellie in the game played Ellie's mom. Oh, phenomenal. Okay, it's just the characters. Uh, the actors that played the characters were actually chosen correctly. At first, I had a hard time with Ellie, but the story grew into her, and she grew into it, and then it ended up right for me, my opinion. You have this writer quietly step away from this movie. That's nerve wracking. Really is. Because it's like, oh, you're talented, you're skilled. So you don't have faith in this? And then some mysterious, nobody knows Joe Crombie steps in? If anybody knows who Joe Crombie is, please, let us know. Put it in the comments, or post it everywhere. But according to what I've been seeing, nobody knows. So that makes me nervous as well. And I think I might come in and do. Um, I think I'm gonna come in and do another review once my daughter sees uh, sees the trailer and give you guys her opinion. Now, maybe they might want to come on with me and talk about it. I don't know. I hope I hope that she says yes, but if she does, then we'll make we'll make a review, because she will give even more in-depth, informative cosplayer side, gamer side, and artist side view on this. But for me, I'm really disappointed in it. This trailer for the movie should have been what I'm going to say goodbye to you with. I thank you. I am Retinas, the gaming realtor. I do reviews, play games, talk about real estate, talk about serious uh, matters in life. And I'm going to try to come on here more often and do my thing, because I love doing this, but I just been really busy trying to set up some real estate deals. So I'm here in the Dayton, Ohio area. If anybody of you want have any questions here in the state of Ohio on real estate, send me a message. Send me a message, and I will answer them for you. If you guys have any suggestions on video games that I should play when I get back into this, please let me know. Give me your opinions on my review. If you agree, disagree, agree to disagree, whatever it is, let me know. Keep it, of course, within reason. There's no need to go over there and just give the one-liners. Oh, you're an idiot, and then move on. Nah, don't do that. Yeah, give me an explanation. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna be um, getting back into this again. So let me leave you with what I think the trailer for the movie should have been, with the characters that should have been in the movie. That the story could be whatever the story is. I still don't have clarity on what the movie is truly based on, but this not only is my favorite trailer, but my favorite intro to the Borderlands series. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this trailer. This should have been the real one. So, um, yeah, let's just watch it together. Why not? So, oh, see, I go to say watch it together, and guess what happens? Nobody can watch it. So we're gonna watch it. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good night, and yeah. You get a brief glimpse of this dog here, or tiger, or lion, or whatever this is. You get a quick glimpse in the mountain before the dragon stabs it and takes off with it. Here we go. These guys right here. Where's they at? They should have had a bunch of those everywhere. Where are those trains? That would have been amazing to have. There's Zero, Salvador. I hope they have those guns. I really do. And abilities to modify them too. you guys later. You guys have an amazing rest of your week and weekend.